If I recorded this recap reaction immediately after the game ended, I would have been screaming the entire video. I was so angry at the result of this game. Like, I bet a ton of you were. Because even though it's basically impossible the Jets make the playoffs at this point, or up until this game, it was almost impossible. And then we play an amazing game. Even though it's almost impossible, we play an amazing game. A back-and-forth battle with Dallas, a pretty good team, too. It was great. Like, this is the best 5-on-5 game I think we've played all season long, arguably. Like, one of the best. And it's coming at in the last possible moment. And we completely blow it in overtime. Completely blow it over. It honestly just baffles me. Like, and of course, out of all people, it has to be Blake Wheeler that turns it over. Like, it had to be Wheeler. You guys had a rough season. He's not looked the best at times. It's just... He's not had a good couple of weeks either with the media. It's just... I cannot believe that he has to... It's just sad. It crushes me. Like, now, after that I'm done screaming, I was just screaming at the freaking highlight reel, watching it, and watching the presser after the game and everything, and just angry. And then after that, like, about probably 20, 30 minutes, it just felt like turned to complete sadness. Like that was an amazing game. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that in this video, because it was. Like, Paul Stastny tonight, incredible. The Svech Connor PLD line had one of their best games. Oh, maybe arguably the entire season. I don't. Maybe it's probably not stat wise. They probably had bigger point wise, nights wise, but as consistent play, all of them were fantastic tonight. Evgeny Svechnikov, if you still don't think he belongs in the top 6 at this point, you don't know hockey. Like, the guy is insane, and he's basically a prospect, a not well used prospect at this point still in his career, even though he's older. He never really fit in with Detroit, never got to play a lot of games. Injuries kept him out of the lineup. This is a really big season for him. He's having the best stretch of his NHL career by far, and he's blossoming into this incredible scorer and really good offensive beast. Like, when you really think about it, he's got 15 points on the season. I don't know if that's exactly updated at this point. 10 assists. No, it's not updated. So he's got 16 points on the season. Let me add that to the stats. But then you have to remember, he hasn't played the whole year on the top line. It's been very small portions because for some reason coaching staff does not let him play there consistently up until, I would say, right now. And he's been great. Like, great. I actually don't want them to break this line up for the rest of the season. Even if Perfetti comes back at some point before the season's done, I know he just got transferred to LTIR, so he could still be 3 weeks out, maybe even a little bit longer. I don't know how long they take it with him because he's younger. They don't want to rush him. But either way, when he comes back, put him somewhere else. Put him with Scheifele maybe or something like that. I don't know, because you just can't break that lineup at this point. It's incredible. And, I want to say Hellebuck was great tonight because he was, but sometimes, you just felt like he was still shaky out there, And I'm going to say he made some amazing saves and kept it in it, but at the end of the day as well, it wasn't his best game, but he made great saves, and that's how I felt about it for almost everybody at the end of this game, now that I think about it, Like that line was great, but then when you think about everyone else, like you think about Mark Scheifele, you think about Blake Wheeler, like they were good tonight, don't get me wrong, but it all kind of just feels spoiled, Like none of that really made a difference because at the end of the day, they blew it, and especially, in specific to Blake Wheeler. It's just sad because this was the season. I know the playoffs were done. I know I'm talking about selling, but and there's still a chance there. I'm a fan. Deep down, I want this team to win still. Deep down, that's what we all want. But I'm also a realist, and I try to, I see what it is, and this game, this season, everything, I just wanted this game. I know all of us did, and it was a really great crowd. The last time that we played Dallas and Winnipeg, I was there at that game. I went to a shootout win where Mark Scheifele buried it. The arena went crazy. It was great, and that was like the 9th game of the season, if I'm not mistaken. And it was, people still had hope at that point. There was a lot of optimism still within the fan base, even with the weak start we had. And then this game, it felt even crazier. By just watching on TV, I can't imagine what it was like if they were there. Let me know if you were at the game, what the atmosphere was like, if it was as loud as it was on TV. I just, and to lose it the way they lost it. I know we get a point and whatever, and this helps the standings a bit, but this is a game you have to win. This is a team that you're gonna have to catch up to and beat if you want a wild card spot potentially. You can't give them the extra point there. Like, it's just a crushing loss. They played great hockey. Everyone was good except the referees. The Zebras tonight were terrible. Terrible. The Winnipeg Jets, the amount of, well, I wouldn't say they were terrible, but like there were just so many calls made. It was just crazy. So many power plays that we had. So many. And I know some of them, you're probably going to say they were penalties, but it just felt like they were calling everything tonight, just like they did in Montreal. And there's some of those slashes and some of those holds, like the bigger ones you obviously call, but some of them, just let that stuff play on and call the bigger penalties, because there were a lot of missed calls in this game that were really big calls, and they missed a lot on Dallas. A lot on Dallas. That were like big penalties, but they didn't call them. They called all these minor little ones, and I just didn't like that. I want them to call, like, those big penalties need to be called. And some of them weren't called tonight because they were calling all these small ones, and then they ended up giving us 6 power plays, and they're like, oh crap, we can't keep giving Winnipeg all these power plays. We got to stop it. That's what it felt like. And it was frustrating, but, the Zebras suck almost all the time in the NHL. This game just blows. Honestly, I think I'm going to wrap the video there. I don't want to keep talking about it. This was a great game by the Jets. It was perfect hockey for a lot of parts. Like, I'm just talking because I'm sad as a fan. I'm just sharing the feels with you guys as usual, but like, god damn it, man. This was a great game and you blew it. I think there's only one way we can end this video. Adam Sandler, take it away.